Okay friends, it's time to get started on our job. One of the first things you want to do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle with the suspension hanging so the wheel's off the ground. After that, we're going to move along to removing our center cover. If you were to feel along it, you're going to find an area that you can carefully get in between with a small pry bar. Once you have that cover off of there, continue on to removing all 5 of your 19mm lug nuts and then the wheel. Now that we have the wheel off of there, we have a nice clear view of our front shock. You can see that it comes from up top here, and it makes its way all the way down to the lower control arm. We're going to start by putting a little bit of pressure underneath the lower control arm to take pressure off of the shock itself. Looking underneath the control arm, you can see that you have 2 studs that protrude from the shock through the control arm. They're held on by 2 13mm headed nuts. Let's remove the pair. Now let's go ahead and start lowering this down a little bit. What we're looking for is to see the 2 studs come dropping out of that lower control arm. There we are. Just gonna use a pry bar. I'll carefully try pulling down on the upper control arm just to try to separate the lower from the shock. Now let's go ahead and follow that shock all the way up to the top mounting point. I'm gonna hold this area right here. You can either use a wrench or use some locking pliers. I prefer to use locking pliers. That way there I don't have to hold the wrench while I continue. Get this on there nice and tight. Now let's make our way up and into the engine compartment. Now from inside the engine compartment, we're going to come right along the side. What we're looking for is the shock tower, and you want to try to find the shock stud that's coming up through here. You're going to find that it's held in place with a 15mm nut. I'll go ahead and use a deep 15mm, put it on there, and then zip it right off. The locking pliers down below should be holding it in place for us. Keep in mind, as you start removing this, there's the possibility that the shock could potentially fall out of this area, in which case it might fall and hit the ground or even your foot. Stay safe. There's our top nut. There's the bushing. Now let's make our way into the wheel well. Remove my locking pliers. Now we're going to carefully grab onto this and we'll pull it right on out of position. There it is, friends. All right, let's get ready to install our brand new shock. We're going to take one of our top metal washers here. We're going to put it right on there. Now you can take one of your rubber bushings, slide it on there as well. Now we're going to slide this in position into the shock tower. From under this area, we can continue on by putting on our top rubber bushing, our next washer, and our mounting nut. Now let's continue on snugging that nut right there. When you go to tighten this, it's possible that this whole thing's going to want to spin on you. Now you can try to hold this by hand, right like this, and tighten the nut. If it wants to spin and you don't feel comfortable that way, right along the top of the stud, there's an area to grab onto. So you just want to use a ratchet wrench. Go ahead and tighten this while you hold that stud. Now we're going to use a 16mm wrench to go ahead and tighten this nut. Now at this point I have this snugged up. What I'm paying attention to is I want to make sure that both of the bushings are touching up against the shock tower. Also, you want to make sure that they're not squished down like a pancake. If you do, they're going to wear out prematurely. Essentially, they just need to touch, making perfect contact between the shock tower, and of course the top areas up here. At this point, we're going to carefully either raise or lower the control arm until we can match the shock up with its mounting positions in the control arm. We'll make sure that our hardware makes its way through the control arm as it should. After that, you're going to want to go ahead and put on your locking washers and nuts. My locking washer up on there. Now I'm just going to go ahead and hold the top bolt with a 14mm wrench. Once I have that being held, I'll continue with a 13mm socket to tighten the nut. Do the same to the other one. After we have both of them snug, we'll go ahead and torque those to 18 foot-pounds. Let's get the pressure out from underneath this control arm so we can torque that shock. Now let's go ahead and put the wheel back up on here. We'll start on all 5 of our 19mm lug nuts. Bottom them out, get the wheel safely back on the ground, and then torque each of them to 100 foot-pounds. We've got the wheel back on the ground. Let's torque these in a crisscross manner. Torqued. Of course, if you have a center cover, go ahead and put that on now. Looking at the back of it, you're going to find you have one area that protrudes looking like this. That needs to fit into any of your lug nut holes. Okay friends, we got our front shock installed in the vehicle. Now of course, whenever you do a shock, you're going to want to make sure you do them as a pair. We did one front shock, the process is going to be the exact same thing for the other side of the vehicle. After that, go ahead and take it for a road test. Make sure you don't hear any funny noises and get yourself safely down to your local alignment shop. Thanks for watching.